spoken. Are they zoomed in? I don't know. I can't see them. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Is I'm gonna mute everyone so I could get
Okay.
started.
Are they zoomed in? I don't know. I
Okay.
can't see
That's
them.
me
All
talking.
right.
Okay. First of all, I have to apologize that I'm zooming from the bedroom because I've never done this before. And I did this mainly because they are working on the building outside. This is a historic building, the building of the oldest and most successful chocolate factory in the world, not in the world, in the USA, known as Baker Chocolates. You can still buy them in grocery markets here in the US, and they have nothing to do with baking. It's really to do with the founder's last name was Baker, Dr. James Baker. So here we go. So have your ukulele. So today, um, first of all, I want to thank all those who contributed to my new tip jar. All right. I'm having the tip jar. I was thinking mainly so I could renew the Zoom subscription, which is coming up next week, and also to find a way to thank all the different guest instructors I've invited in. One way is for me to be able to send my books to them so they could see my work and hopefully record some of the works, hear their interpretation, my work, and also teach from them. So your tip jar, donations, very important. And those of you that have already tipped or will tip today, I'm going to give you a special treat, which is you can request and get my handout today. All right, I just created a 12-page handout, which I'm going to do right now. First of all, before we start, I want to do the 6 chords we're going to use today before we have the breakout
Would
room.
you please let us know where that is and how one does that?
Oh, the tip jar is on the 3 chord Thursday page. Yeah, if you go to the main page, I have a tip jar and I just talk about how it is. All right, so let's do the F chord. And then there's also the C7 chord we need. So this is basically a 3 chord song I learned when I was jamming with Uncle George Kahumoku on his farm almost 3 years ago. On Maui, the B flat chord, or the easy way is just to do 3, 2, 1 and not play the A string. That way you don't have to do the bar chord. So those are the 3 chords in the song. And then I'm going to modulate it to one step higher, one whole step higher. So instead of F, I have a G. Yeah. Instead of a C7, I'm going to have a D7. So I just go up the alphabet. So I'm going to use the easy D7, 2020. And instead of a B flat, I get to play a C. Okay, so we're going to do this Hawaiian song that I uh, heard when we were jamming. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm going to change the original sound. Sorry. Thank you for that, Donald. So F, can you hear me now? Yeah? Let's review that F. And then we have, you want it higher? Is it too low? C7. Okay. C7. Does that sound good? And then we have a B flat, or this, 3, 2, 1, and don't play the A string. And then when we modulate it, the F becomes a G. The C7 becomes a D7. And then the B flat becomes a C. Okay, so this is a very, it turns out it's really easy, but if you've never heard of it before, it's quite, difficult to tell. So I want to show you where it is, the location, where it is. So here, I'm going to share a picture of where it is. This is a place on Oahu, and it's called Waimanalo. There it is. So here's Oahu, here's Honolulu, and this place is called Waimanalo, and it's called Waimanalo Blues. So I'm going to stop share and raise your hand if you've been to Waimanalo on Oahu. No one's been. Great, so I'm safe. I'm safe. Okay, Glenn. All right. Thanks for putting in the chat anything. Um, all right. So now I'm gonna play the song and I'm just gonna
I would
tell you
suggest that Glenn go out and come back in.
that's a way to,
If you
yeah.
can't get sound or mic to work, sometimes just get out, stay out 60 seconds, and then come back in.
Okay. So the song, we're gonna do it in F first, is literally constantly F, C7, F, C7, and then in the third line you have a B flat, back to the F, and then you have the fourth line of the verse, which is F, C7, and F. Can we remember that? It's really just two parts. It's either F, C7, F, or it happens once, B flat, F. Okay. And it was originally written in G, but Uncle George Kahumoku did it in F. So I was like, how do we do that? Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna do the slideshow. Okay, but first of all, I've got to share the computer sound. Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna learn a new song, and I'm gonna talk about how to make it interesting and how to make it your own. All right, so these are the three chords, and this is gonna be a bit cryptic because we're gonna watch this jam, this video, and in the lyrics where you see I have bold underlined, that will be your F chord. If it's just bolded word or syllable, that's your C7 chord. And then once you'll see a red word, and that's your B flat chord. You can either do this B flat or this B flat, okay, to make it easy. So I'm going to start. So this was written in the early 1970s. It's part of the Hawaiian resistance. And you'll hear it in the lyrics. And Liko Martin, he's known as the Hawaiian Bob Dylan. So when I started recording, we actually started here, okay, not where the first verse is. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself so that you could hear it. I'm gonna, yeah.
The mountains left me, I end up where I began. Where I go, the winds and the roads, good times around the bend. Getting my car, going too far, and I'm never coming back again. Tired and worn, I woke up this morning, found that I was confused. Spun right around, found I had lost the things that I couldn't do. The beaches they sailed together upheld, fathers and I once knew. Birds all along, sunlight at dawn, singing Waimanalo. Funny, everybody funny.
Okay, how was that? I'm just curious how many of you were able to play along. Raise your hand. Great. How many of you were able to sing along? That's harder, isn't it? So here's the thing. Even if you don't know the melody, if you could harmonize like Bruce, I'm sure you could harmonize, yeah? If you don't know the melody, but you've got the chords, you could hear the three different notes in the chord and you could start harmonizing. Glenn, you're in. Great. Amanda, welcome. So now we're going to go to the second part and we're going to hear what that is. All right. Oops. Okay. I'm going to share the Zoom. Ooh. The second part.
Yeah, that's very true, Anne. Glad to say hi to everybody. I just had a rehearsal a couple of days ago with two other singers because I have a new band and there are 8 of us, so it's an enormous band. But it's true that we automatically want to seek a harmony, and even if they're singing in Italian or some other dialect, and you don't know the song, so you can't really sing the same words that they're saying, you still spontaneously want to sing some sort of a harmony with it. And you're right, your ear, you don't even need to know music theory. Even if you didn't play any instrument, you can still hear that the harmony wants like a third and a fifth, or in some cases maybe some other note as well. But usually the third, especially whether it's minor or major, has a major effect on what the others are perceiving. And so with 3 professional singers in this band, it's a lot of fun, because you know that there are people that if you sing something, they're going to react to it and sing something that's appropriate for that.
Thank you, Bruce. So we're going to continue to the second part. All right, let's go. Oops. So this is the interlude, and Uncle George is on his farm and he's playing his slack key guitar.
Down on the road, mountain so far at the countryside. Birds on the rail for in the love, so I'm heading for the windward side. In all of your dreams, sometimes it just seems that I'm just along for the ride. Some will cry because they're fried for someone who loves to die. The beaches they sell, the beaches they sell, together hotels, fathers and I want to. Birds all along, the sunlight at dawn, singing Waimanalo, singing Waimanalo, singing Waimanalo.
Is that Kelly? Yeah.
I graduated from Seabury Hall. I'm Uncle George. I graduated from accompaniment 68, 1968. And then, and where you graduated from?
Kawasaki High School,
Where's that?
Okinawa.
Oh!
Okay. All right. So that was a lot of fun, jamming on his farm, and he's now moved to California, somewhere near Santa Cruz. So those of you that are in California, you're very, very lucky, because he's on the mainland, so you could see him or see his shows. So I just want to do another quick survey. For this one, how many of you were able to follow and then also sing along to it? Excellent. So this is just in the key of F, 3 chords, right? So let me continue. Today is a little bit longer than usual. I want to show you what happens. So that was a kanikapila, which basically means to like an informal jam, kanikapila. And some of you have heard it before, but they use it a lot in Hawaii. It's just an informal jam, and that's what we were doing. So the song structure is literally just, as I was saying before, F, C7, F, F, C7, F, and then we have the B flat that happens in the bolded line, and then the F, and then F, C7, and F. All right. And so the verse structure basically is this, and it repeats. It keeps repeating. And I want to briefly talk about how can you make this really simple song interesting, because otherwise it just sounds really repetitive. And you notice that Uncle George had really interesting stuff that he was playing on his slack key guitar. We didn't hear the introduction, but we certainly heard the instrumental interlude. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about how we could use it, create that on the ukulele, an interesting instrumental introduction, particularly for those of you that love to finger pick, yeah? And you could use the same kind of finger picking pattern for the accompaniment. And then to make it even more interesting, because there's so many verses, we can modulate, we could go up to the G chord, to the key of G. So it would be G, D7, and C. All right, so here's something that's very typical in all my books. I've got 8 books now, and on Amazon, And I have this PO, meaning pull off. So this is a left hand technique. So let's do that. Let's do this F chord, but instead of just doing this F, we're going to put our ring finger just below our middle finger. Yeah, so what this is, I'm going to make sure you could see me. Show meeting. I don't know if you could see me. Can you all see me when I was sharing? Yeah, you could see me? Okay, great. All right, let me reshare that. Okay, so, because this is the layout. Side by side, here we go. Over the shoulder. Yeah, I don't know if you could see me. It's background, no. Side by side, okay. So literally, I'm gonna put my ring finger here, third finger, and then use it to finger pick on the G string, and then my middle finger is already there. So it'll sound like this. That's what it sounds like. So that's my introduction. I have another pull off here. It's not really a C7 chord because, I don't actually have to play, the usual, with my index finger. But it sounds like it's a C chord, really. And then I end with an F. All right, so that is what we could make interesting, and we use it as an interlude as well. And then at the end, when we modulate, we can do the same thing. Now, HO means to hammer on. So we use the pivot chord, the D7, so that, because the D7 makes you want to go to the G. Okay, so after we finish with the second verse, we were on an F. So let's do the D7. And then it becomes a G chord. And suddenly we're in the key of G. Down on the road, the mountain's so cold. Okay, so the hammer on is basically we go from a lower fret on the same string to a higher fret. Like that. Okay, so that's basically what I want to show you, modulate. So let's try again this song, and I'm gonna play it and we'll play together. All right, so I am going to hide the MIDI controls. All right, so let's try that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Remember the underlying, this is the F chord. This is the C7 chord that's bolded.
And could you put just the music up?
Oh, sorry. Okay.
The notes are very small when.
Yes, good. Okay, how's that? All right, let's do that. Okay, everybody's muted, so we got this. High MIDI control. All right, so let's go from there. And if you don't want to finger pick, you could always strum. All right, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. F. Wind's gonna blow, so I'm gonna go down on the road again. Starting where the mountains left me, I'm up where I began. Get ready for the B flat. Where I will go, the wind only knows. Good times around the bend. get in my car, going too far, never coming back again. So here I could do a little interlude, but because we're running out of time, I'm gonna go to the second verse. Ready? And tired and worn, I woke up this morning, found that I was confused. Spun right around and I found I had lost the things that I couldn't lose. The beaches they sell to build their hotels, my fathers and I once knew. Birds all along, sunlight at dawn, singing Waimanalo blues. So now I'm gonna modulate. So let's go to the top right here. Ready? And D7. Let's start. Down on the road with mountains so old, far on the countryside, birds on the wing, forgetting a while, so I'm headed for the windward side. See now, all of your dreams, sometimes it just seems that I'm just along for the ride. Some they will cry because they have pride for someone who's loved here and died. The beach, and then the beaches they sell to build their hotels, my fathers and I once knew. Birds all along, sunlight at dawn, singing Waimanalo blues, singing Waimanalo blues, singing Waimanalo blues. All right, so we could have varied the accompaniment by strumming, towards the end, because this is like so powerful. The beaches they sell to build their hotels, right? So what I like to do, we're going to have breakout rooms. I want you to ask each other, do you know your optimal vocal range? Because in order to do this song, I had to figure out, can I really sing this in Uncle George's key? Yeah. Can you reach the notes in the key of F just now? Can you move it to G, right? Because we're all different. And then the way to find out is think about the songs that you play and you really love the way you sound. So, what key is it in? And remember that, because you're going to look at the range and find out, wow, I did really well in this song. So next time when I look for a song that I want to do, I make sure it's also within that range. The lowest note and the highest note are there. And then the question that Henry started that I copy, which is keep a binder of song sheets of songs that you practice to get better. All right. And then ask yourself, what do you hope to get better at? And we have a special guest from Frankfurt, and he would like us to bring a blank piece of paper and pencil. And we're going to do that after the break. So is that clear for everyone? Yeah? All right. So here I'm going to do breakout rooms of 2 or 3. And okay. All right. And we're going to be there like for 10 minutes. Let's see, make sure, move to 5. And, okay, I think this is good. The only thing is, okay, Jane doesn't have, I think I've got your all one. So go ahead and go in, and I'll call you to come back. And meanwhile, I'm going to interview our special guest, Iso. And you'll see it at the end. Okay. Okay. Make sure you all join, because otherwise the other person is going to be by themselves. Okay. Has everybody joined? Chris, are you going to join? Oh dear. Chris, are you going to join? Okay. All right. I am going to move Steffi to room 4 and to room 1. Okay. All right. Okay. And I'm gonna have speaker view, and I'm gonna share video session. Okay. Hello. I'm so excited to welcome
Hello,
Iso
Anna.
Herquist. Hello.
Hey, Anna. I'm so excited too. Nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see you. So, we met in Zoom.
Oh, it's
Iso, is it Iso or Iso?
Iso.
Iso, okay. He joined my ukulele instructors international group, which we met once a month. Everybody who's interested in sharing with other teachers of ukulele. And it's like, where are you? And it turned out he's in Frankfurt. So my friend Adrian and I deliberately programmed and scheduled our trip so we can stop over for a few hours in Frankfurt to meet Iso. And during that time, we talked and played nonstop. It was incredible. And during that time, as usual with musicians, we show each other our work. And he gave me 2 CDs.
Ooh.
And this one, I was like, wow, what a nice ensemble he had. But it turned out you did everything yourself. Is that right?
Yeah.
You played everything.
Yeah, on that CD, yes. But in live gigs, I, of course, have drums and bass played by other musicians like Uta or Thurs.
But this is amazing because it sounded
Yeah,
like
thank
you
you.
were with all these other musicians, but you did every part. You play the bass, you play the
Well,
ukulele,
there's a
you
story
sang.
to it. There's a story to it. The CD is called Extra Blur, which is Danish, and it means if you buy tissues in Denmark and you want the extra soft ones, then there's written Extra Blur on it. It means extra soft, but in German, blöd, which is written with a O, 2 dots, it means stupid. And these are on this CD. I feature quite a lot of blues tunes and swing tunes, and it's all more ballad style and slowly, and you know what I mean, rainy day stuff. And a lot of people which had to play with me, they didn't like it. They wanted the up tempo stuff, and they didn't like that ballad style music, and they called it blöd.
Ah,
And so I call that CD Extra Blur, which is on the one hand extremely soft music, and there's one more thing that blur extra means in Dansk. It's like pouring rain.
wow.
So it means the sky is bleeding. It
Oh,
blur, Rheinblur.
like
So
blood.
there's
Or-
lots of things in this small name. I love it.
Wow. And this was nominated for the Ukis Award last year.
Yeah, the nomination. Nobody voted for it in the end, but no matter. I was very, very proud it was nominated.
I think it was really hard to vote because
Yeah,
my first book was nominated, and
I
it's like,
know.
how do you vote for that? Because you have to vote for everything and you need to know what they all are, right?
Yes,
It's you can't just vote for one thing. And then you gave me another CD, which is this pandemic play-alongs.
yes.
So I'm curious, can you?
That's a little special. The illustrations were made by my girlfriend,
Oh
and
wow.
It's we recorded it while Corona pandemics, and well, when with Corona I started doing online workshops, which I meanwhile don't do anymore. But while Corona I did so, and well, kind of. I think it's necessary. If you learn songs, you need something to play along with. And so I recorded for every workshop I did. I recorded the songs as play-alongs, and for this. And then my girlfriend said, "Well, these songs are so great. Well, you just give them to me to listen to," and so I mixed them down so you just can listen to them. And that's why it's pandemic play-alongs, because it's for listening, but it's from workshops I did. And you can book these workshops still and play along with reduced versions of what you hear on that CD.
Are some of these on your YouTube channel or Spotify or something so people can...
You can get that in Bandcamp. You can listen
Bandcamp.
to it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So this is great. So introduction. And then the other stuff that we exchanged, you gave me this volume 1 of your book.
Yeah.
And we had such a interesting conversation about whether you should show the tabs or the chord diagrams, because I like to show all three. And then you were saying, no, you want people to be able to learn to read the notes and not cheat, right?
Yes. No, it's not about cheating.
Okay.
It's not about cheating. I use tabs. I really do use tabs for, look here, these are sheets and there are tabs on it.
Right.
And that, if you want to learn to play melody from sheet music, then tabs won't help you, because these they are numbers and the strings, and you can't just, if you sang sang from sheet music, you know that you don't know what an A is, how to sing an A. Well, on the ukulele or it's all right, but then you follow the notes and you can see how the melody develops, and that's what sheet music gives you. And it's not important if you play that A like this or like this or like this. It's how the melody develops, and that you understand it. Only written notes can give that.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I mean, notes you can do relative.
And I use tabs in cases where it's important that you don't play like for example, you can play like this, but we want to play like this. So then tabs are great. You can write down which string to use on which fret. It makes sometimes sense. So I can play the same chord like F major 7 like this, and I can play it like this. And on a high G ukulele would sound exactly the same, but because it's the same notes.
Exactly, for string instruments, it's so different from like the piano or I guess
that's it. On the piano, you've got all that notes, and they are sorted by their height, and you've got one for each tone and note, and on the ukulele, you just have to fiddle it out somehow.
Yeah. So let's so when we met last October, you were telling me that you were going to publish another book, or you were going to have a web shop or something. So maybe you could tell us something or show us something from your web shop for today, and then we could learn something, and then we could go to your web shop afterwards.
All right, great. So what I showed you, and I was really impressed that you all played it on site. It was great. It's a duet book for duets for one kind of, it's like beginning to play melodies and accompany yourself with single notes like this. But I'm not finished with that one yet, because I wanted to add another song which isn't finished yet. But I released the first of 3 workbenches and one of them I released in English, and I call it Solid exercises because I'm teaching students, young students, and what they sometimes miss is specific understanding of harmonics or just rhythm, something writing down. And so I developed this book for single sheets, like there's for example one page where you just practice sequentially a C major scale, or what is a scale, or what is the difference between a pentatonic scale and a diatonic scale, and some rhythm exercises by clapping and strumming and exercises for fingers. It's all on one sheet. You can take one sheet out for your student because he needs to do something specific, and that's in fact it's a collection of exercise sheets. And I'd love to share one specific page with you. Well, it's two pages, two exercises, which is the circle of fifth. Because in Germany, we have another attempt to that circle of fifth. And as a jazz musician, I also have a different attempt than you have. I've looked at how the circle of fifth is provided to students in other countries, and in Germany it's really super simple, and I'd like to show to you. Is all right?
All right. Okay. Are we close all the rooms? Okay. 60 seconds to go back. Come back. Okay. I'm gonna switch. All right. Is everyone back? Okay, let's get our sunglasses and we're gonna do our pose. Okay. See, this is how I know who was here. Breakout rooms. Who else is still in breakout rooms? I think everybody has exited. Oh, room 3. Is
And
it? I think everybody's here.
originally I was in room 2 and there was nobody there.
So that's why I moved you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
I
All
went
right.
to room 2 and there was nobody there too.
Chris?
Yeah,
Yeah, you came in late, so that's why I moved you.
no
So
worries.
Steffi was the only one in there. I wasn't sure when you were going to come in.
I went in right away, but it didn't go.
Wait, oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know what happened.
There was
So
nobody.
bad.
Did you end up in another room? Because I
No,
moved
I
you.
just ended up in waiting and then I ended up back with you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
I think there was a delay. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
All right.
I don't want to. All right, let's pose. So your sunglasses. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we do the wild pose. 1, 2, 3. Wild. Okay, all right. So let's I just want to have you all share a little bit. Raise your hand if you know what your optimal vocal range is. All right, Allie, Vicky. Nobody else knows? I mean, are you guys sopranos or altos, or do you know what your
Altos.
highest note is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I know
I cheated. I
It
cheated.
depends on the song, right?
depends on the song. Well, some people, well, we're not like Taylor Swift or Lady Gaga or who else, Katie, all those people who have huge ranges and could change their register at will and do falsettos and everything. I'm speaking for myself. I like to stick to this narrow range and I feel comfortable and
Well,
secure.
it does not depend on the song, it depends on you.
Right.
And especially what you have in your head. It doesn't just depend on your voice. Because do you remember when we were in Holland in that gazebo when we were under the rain?
Mm-hmm.
Anne wanted to find the ideal key for singing Happy Birthday. And I can't remember what key it was in, but she tried like 7 different keys. And she ended up with the original one that she had started on that she said it was too high because she had warmed up her voice.
Yes, that's true.
have a lot more possibilities than we think we have, which is a lot of fun, actually.
Well, I take water aerobics almost every day, and whenever, you know that song, It's All About the Bass,
Mm-hmm.
no treble. We all sing incredible harmonies about that, but that's because we're warmed up and we're in a nice, warm, moist setting, and the pool has great acoustics.
Yeah, that's good.
Anybody else want to share what you learned from the breakout room? About this exercise? All right.
Bruce and I talked mainly about harmony and what he had indicated prior, that sometimes you hear a melody that you've never heard before, and it's easier sometimes to harmonize with it rather than try and sing the actual harmony. And then we got on to beer and wine.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. So I have a surprise for everyone, which is Iso Herquist. He is actually performing, ending his performance right now in Frankfurt. His students, his ensemble, they're ending. So he said he'll pop in, but that's why we did a pre-recording yesterday. And do you all have your sheet of paper? Because he's about to take you on a journey on drawing the circle of fifths from scratch. Now, raise your hand if you already know how to draw the circle of fifths from scratch. Allie,
Yeah.
Chris, who else? Vicky? Just 3 people know how to do it? All right, so
Say it again, and to do what? From scratch?
draw the circle of fifths on a blank piece of paper from scratch. All right, Jane, so that's 4 people. Okay, so I'm curious how you do it, because the way I do it is I think about all the key signatures. On the right-hand side are all the sharps, so I could visualize 1 o'clock, 1 sharp, 2 o'clock, 2 sharps. I know this is a hard way to do it, but then, you know, and on the left-hand side are all the flats, so I could visualize them going down, you know, or the other way. But how many of you do it that way to draw the Chris? Oh my gosh. Wow, Bruce. All right. The second easiest way is what Vicky too. You visualize the key signatures and draw the circle of fifths. So Iso, the way he does it is through acronyms. Is it acronyms, or what do you call it? Like for me, it's like Father Christmas goes down and eats breakfast, right? How many of you do the circle of fifths by counting C and you go C, D, E, F, G? All right, Vicky, Steffi, you do that because that's why it's called circle of fifths, right? Go up the fifths. So he's going to tell us why this is so important. And he expects all his students to have the circle of fifths inside their heads, imprinted. And I want to share with you the reason we did our exercise, you know, Waimanalo blues today was because I told you it was a 3-chord song, right? So if it's a 3-chord song, you know, what are the most likely 3 chords? You just have to look at the circle of fifths. You see the quadrant. 3, you know, if it's in the key of F, you know that the next important chord is going forward. Right. And then the third important, not note, chord would be the one backwards. And so if I want to shift it to the key of G, I just move it. And those are the chords, right? So that's why it's so important. So let me share the video and I'm going to mute myself. Here.
It's okay for you?
Absolutely. I just want to.
Okay. All you need is a sheet of paper.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
And a pen. And then you, well, I haven't camera. You just draw a clock with these 12. Can you see that? It's like a clock. And on the top there's the C for the people's key. C. All right. And now the interest, most teach the circle of fifth for getting the sharps and flats, but for me as a jazz musician and for my students, I think that's not the important part on the circle of fifth. then so we have two what's it called in English? There's small sentences that make you remember something.
Oh,
Mnemonics.
acronym or mnemonics.
Like.
Yeah.
In Germany, we have these two directions. The sharps is Geh du, alter Esel, hole Fische. And on the flats is frische Brötchen essen, Asse des Gesangsvereins. So if I write down the start, then it's Geh du, alter Esel, hole Fische. There's something special about the German H, which you don't have, and because you call it a B, and we have a B, but it's what you call a B flat. That's it. Well, it sucks. So I write A flat, G flat, D flat. No, other way around. D flat, B flat. Yes. No, you don't care. Okay, it should look like this. And I figured out because I just want to show this. I need, if I don't talk with it, I need 20 seconds to draw one. And I teach every of my students to draw a circle of fifth in their head. Because if you play a song in C major, then you know you'll need the G7 and maybe you'll need the F major. And if you transpose it, for example, to what is it? Can see B flat. Then you'll need the F major and the E flat major. So it's a very handy tool for just transposing or finding chords for your tune. If you know the key of a tune, then you know which chords there will be. So this is, and then that's the one thing. Then of course you can find the one sharp, two sharps thing. I don't think it's so important, but it is important to find the correct scales to play. That's you need to know where, but it's not that important for a ukulele, I think, as for a piano where you have to hit the different keys, the black keys. On a ukulele, you use scales just by moving your fingers, so it's not important if they're sharps or flats. But most of the ukulele players, they want to play jazz. And if you want to play jazz, you really, really, really need to know this thing. Because, for example, I can play a song for you, like listen, you know that one? Like 5 foot 2 eyes of blue, but oh, what those 5 feet can do. Has anybody seen my gal? And it's like we start off with C major, like this one. So then we jump to E7. Well, that's part of the song. We just change from C major to E7. But then, after that, the seventh, the dominant 7 chord, have a very special function. It wants to be resolved. And the E7 wants to be resolved too. And that's the magic of the circle of fifth. It wants to be resolved to the A major. You can play la cucaracha, da 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 da. Some people say that Mozart, in the middle of the night, went down to the piano and played a C7 chord, C7 chord, and went back to bed because he knew his father had to get up and play to resolve. That's different. Okay, the magic happens here. We have that E7, and an E7 needs to be resolved. It wants to be. Well, we're not in blues, we're in jazz. In blues, you don't really resolve. But in jazz, we go to the A. And now, we don't resolve to the A, but to the A7. And the A7, it wants to be resolved to the D. Well, you can read it from the circle of fifth, like, all right. And then you've got, if you don't take that D, but a D7, then it wants to be resolved to a G, and so on and so on. And then we're back to the C. You see, that's something very, C, you jump to the E7, and then all you got to do, is to go the circle of fifth back to where you came from. And it's like 5'2", eyes of blue, but oh, what those 5 feet can do. Has anybody seen my gal? Or maybe please don't talk about me when I'm gone. My sentence sees us for now on, or it's Basin Street. It's the street where the old folks, they all meet down in New Orleans, the land of dreams. Tons of songs use that. And as soon as you recognize that nearly every jazz tune features at least a little part of a circle of fifth, then you'll find out what a useful tool it is. And then next thing is, if I want to play 5'2", for example, just transpose it to F major, I just have to turn the whole thing, and then I don't jump to the E7, but to the A7, and that's it. There we are. 5'2", eyes of blue, but oh, what those 5 feet can do. Has anybody seen my gal? It's nothing you have to think about. It's so easy. So that's why I came up and I searched for sentences, common used sentences to draw a circle of fifth like this, but I didn't find any. It's a different attempt to the circle of fifth. It goes like, I forgot how. So I made up 2 sentences myself. It's go down and eat big fish. Go down and eat big fish. And the other side is flats, being evil, ain't doing good. So if you have these 2 sentences, it takes you 30 seconds to draw one of the most powerful tools in music ever. Voila.
That's excellent. So what we do, one of the acronyms, one of the sentences is Father Christmas goes down and eats breakfast.
And it works the other way around, and you can use it. But it doesn't start with it doesn't start from the C major.
No, but it's all the letters that don't have any sharps or flats. And then the other side where it's flat, it's just bead, B-E-A-D, right? B-E-A-D. So I don't know, bead, flat. But you're right. It would be nice if there's one complete thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't have to explain where to start. It's just a clock. You set the C on the top, and then you got 2 sentences to fill out the whole thing. And I know that lots of my students, they're always, don't theorize me, blah, I don't need that. And I teach them, I say it takes a minute and will take tons of learning from you, because you see a D7 in a sheet and you know it's gonna resolve to G. That's the whole magic about playing jazz, is knowing where the harmonies will go to.
Yeah. Well, there's one more reason to know the circle of fifths. We were talking about it in our last session, or one of the sessions, which is in Hawaii. You know, they have these vamps, and they're built on the circle of fifths.
Well, it's nothing different. It's like where do you? It's
exactly.
It's just
and sometimes they have the turnarounds in the middle where they add another.
In fact, if you take that vamp, it's C major, then you have that one, which in most cases is C sharp, fully diminished something. Then the D7 and the G7. But this one, you can define it as an A7, flat 9. And then here we are, C, A7, D7, G7. There you are.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But I just remember going to the Kanikipilas, the Hawaiian jam sessions. It's like, how do they know? It's not in the score. How could they come up with the vamp, And then they'll change the key. They'll say, oh, let's go to a different key. And they just know what to do. So, and they said that's because it's 2-5-1. And I thought, no, it's actually more like secondary dominant. It actually follows the circle of fifths.
That's, the 2-5-1. that's or it's actually it's kind of circle of fifth. We got that for C major. The 2 is the D minor 7. Then we've got the G7, and then we get the C major. So if you play the 2 as in German we say mediant, we turn it to major. Then it's D7, G7, C, and then there is that turnaround thing.
Yeah. So I'm just curious about your web shop. Is it available now?
Yes, you can. It's available at PayHip.
So I'm going to stop there and record the rest of it because we're running out of time. But Iso actually just set up his web shop where you could buy all his exercises and really useful stuff and books in there, and his CD. And I just want to talk about, you know, his CD is wonderful, wonderful. So Adrian and I stopped in Frankfurt deliberately to meet with Iso, and all we did was just talk and play music, and then we had to catch the train to go to the Netherlands. So was how exciting it is when you're let's see, Steffi. Oh yeah, because I'm not a wordsmith. We're missing some words. Yeah, to be able to do 12, we need to do 12. So once again, I want to thank you all, those of you that donated in my tip jar. I just started it because, when I was away for 3 weeks, I thought, gosh, everybody's asking me to tip the bartender, the breakfast omelet maker, the Uber driver. What if I asked for some tips so I could find a way to thank our guest instructors, because they're doing this voluntarily. Yeah. And I get a lot out of it because it improves my teaching. But I really want them to look at my music and play and record. I like you to look at my music and play and record as well. So next, I want to say next, is it September? Is next month? We have a special guest. Who knows this person on the cover? Christopher Davis Shannon. I met him in Italy. Yeah, Vicky, in Italy, and then he lives in London. So I got to spend a whole afternoon with him, and we recorded all 12 pieces in my very first book. Yeah, Pick, Pluck, Play book. And he's just amazing. So he's our next guest. Let's see, this is my first book. We recorded all of that. So I'm looking for other people to record other music with me. I'm kind of scouting. So once again, those of you that contributed to the tip jar, please feel free to ask me for the handout today, which is 12 pages. And what else was I going to say? I can't remember. Do we have any announcements? Oh, yes. This Sunday, there's a free online session. James Hill is doing something online. Who knows about it? All right, Vicky, you know about it. Are you planning to attend? So James Hill has his 3-year degree program, whatever, certificate program for teaching ukulele. And it's the ukulele history. That was what the second ship from Madeira to land in Hawaii, and then out came these carpenters with their instruments, and they were playing so fast, and the Hawaiian royalty, King David, it's like, what is this instrument? So that became the ukulele. So for our ukulele players, August 23rd, is it 23rd is Sunday, is a very important day. So I'm hoping that day to release my enhanced version of this book of America 250. So those of you that already have it, you could just email me for the inserts. I'm going to fill in the blank pages in here with song sheets and etc. But I still hope to come out with 25 top tunes for American tunes. Anything else? Let's wrap up. I'm going to stop recording. Oh, actually, I'm not going to stop recording. I'm going to continue playing the video, Iso Herquist. I was hoping he would come in by now.
August 29th is Ook on the Porch Day, so invite someone to come and play with you.
Oh, ook on the porch.
Something that came up on Facebook. I don't know if it's just music on the porch in general or ukulele specifically, but make sure you play something online. Make sure you played something outdoors that day.
Ook on the porch. That's great. Well, I'm going to be in Cape Cod next week.
I
So
think you'll bring an ukulele with you.
I will definitely have my ukulele.
And if you're going to
Yeah.
be on Cape Cod, I bet you'll be on a porch too.
Oh gosh, I was hoping that Iso could come in and join us, but I think being in a gig and everything. All right. Anyway, so yeah, thank you, Steffi. I'll remember that. Ook on the Porch Day. And who's going to be on a cruise? Allie, you're going to be on a cruise. Oh, wow. Well, speaking of cruises, I'm taking my mom to Paris beginning of October, and then the Eurostar to London. So I'll be hosting the October session somewhere in London. And then we're going to take the cruise, the Queen Mary from Southampton, the original Titanic.
I did
7
the
nights.
QE2 from Southampton
You
in
did.
1977.
Wow. Well, my mother has never been on a cruise. So I thought I better, now or never take her on a cruise. So,
Have a blast.
yeah.
We danced our way across the ocean.
So I'm inviting you to stay if you want to watch the rest of the video. I'm gonna continue live streaming it because we didn't finish, and or you could go. It's up to you. But I want to thank you for joining me today. And before we go, I just want to see a show of hands. Who's got my books? Raise your hand if you got.
I got a couple of your books.
Great,
Several
great.
books, yeah. And would you explain? He seemed to go freely between notes and sevenths.
Yes, that's very jazzy
So,
for you.
I did
Yeah.
like the clock layout. That made more sense to me. I think I'm beginning to get this circle of fifths idea. I know what it's supposed to mean, but then there were sevenths in there, and I was confused by where he put them.
Oh, sevenths basically just adds tension to a chord.
I
Whenever there's
know.
tension, you want to resolve. So, whenever we look at circle of fifths, we don't have sevenths because, the circle of fifths refer not only to keys, but also chords. And sometimes you could think of it as notes as well. So for simplicity, we just don't add sevenths or anything.
Okay, so
I have a question.
if it's C, G, D, A, E, and then is that B, a solid B?
Yes, B.
Okay, that's a regular B.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he had flats. Then in the other direction was F, B flat, E flat, A flat, and D flat.
Yeah.
And the bottom, the opposite of C is F sharp
Yeah, F sharp or G flat, correct.
or
I
G
have a
flat.
question.
Yeah, Amanda. Yeah, so that's a tritone. So before I go to Amanda, I just want to say in my music theory class, which Amanda has been in all of them, I have my students build the circle of fifths from scratch, counting, C, D, E, F, G, G, A, B, C. So if you were to do it that way, and it's easier to do it on the piano, but ukulele, you could just as well do it. You will find out how it's built. Yeah. Amanda, go ahead.
The circle of fifth, I always just think if you are going clockwise, if you are going to get to the fifth, every fifth. But if you're going back clock, you are going to hit the fourth.
Correct.
So when the thing that he explained about, which I understood, about the jazz, playing jazz, is going backward, which is the fourth one. And the fourth one is more unstable and difficult because you get to the fifth, you need to go back to the first. When you go backward, is the fourth chord, and which she put the seventh there, which make it more unstable. So can go to the next until to go and hit F4. Is that
It's
correct?
yeah, it's much easier to count up forward than go backwards, right?
But the same is always the 4 note is the one left going counterclock. Like C, the 4 note is F,
Yes,
and
yes.
the B is the 4 note of F.
Yes, you're absolutely right. If you want to go, so Amanda is saying if you want to go counterclockwise, you can still go up, but you go in fourths, perfect fourths.
So in order to transpose to
Yes.
other scene, you don't go forward because that you get the fifth, so which is very stable, and you need to get to the first. You go backward, which is the 4th note.
Yeah.
And in that, you put the 7th note there. It's more stable, and you can go to the next, to the next.
Yeah, exactly. When we're going down, when we talk about all these circle of
I don't
fifth
know if I explain
progressions,
myself what I'm thinking.
yeah, like what we were talking about, 5 foot blue, eyes of 5'2", eyes of blue, and all the Hawaiian vamps. We're going counterclockwise. We're actually
That's it.
exactly.
Which
Yeah.
is the unstable chord.
Yeah.
So in that way, you can change to the
Yeah.
next one, to the next one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I just want to say, Steffi, a really good book to have is this book, which Chris won from the second New England Ukulele, festival
The
auction.
80-20, yeah.
Yeah, because this one I talk about the circle of fifths, and there's a drawing of circle of fifths, and I refer to it. It's fundamental to harmony studies, whereas I
And
can't
I will
find.
take that under advisement. I am 2 weeks and 1 day from selling the house in Newton, and I first have to review the 8 million notebooks I have of Ann Koo notes
Oh my
from all
gosh.
the. Like, I have to go through all of those first. I bet there's that information in there.
I'm not sure if there is, because I
Yeah.
taught that in music theory, but I don't think in my ukulele
Yeah.
classes I
Yeah.
actually did so much.
I'm not adding anything to our possessions over the next few weeks, as you can imagine. But
Yeah.
I do look forward to seeing it at some point.
Okay. Well, good luck with the sale.
No,
And
it's yeah.
it's sold, right? Good luck with completion.
And with the completion. So the moving truck is coming here to Stockbridge next Wednesday. And
Oh, good.
we're going tomorrow for our final packing
Great.
extravaganza.
That's wonderful. Wonderful.
What time is the James Hill on Sunday?
I don't know, but if you go to Facebook, you can find it, or Google him or something. Or Vicky could put a note. She knows. I remember it. So I just want to say, I was thinking people have been asking me that maybe I should, give a tutorial on how to use my books. Because when I was in Vancouver, Washington, I was showing my friend the very first piece from this book. And I didn't know she had a ukulele. Just about all my friends have ukuleles somewhere. And then she said, "Oh my gosh." Because if you just look at it, it doesn't make any sense, But if I were to explain it, then suddenly it's like, that's how you do it. Because I really want everybody to get the most out of their ukuleles. And so that's on my mind, how to do it. All right. Okay, let me just share the rest of the video. And if you mute yourselves, unless there's any other question, no other? Okay, I'm gonna switch off and play.
Oh no, it's just easier. Well, I'll write it down for you.
Because we can share screen.
Great.
Or pay hip.
No, it's like this. Can you read it?
Shop.
Honga.
Honga.de?
Yes, that's it.
Shop.honga.de.
Yay.
Okay, I can share screen now. We could show shop.honga.de. Is this the one?
I can see just always translate German.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Let me share it again. There. This one. Is
Yeah,
this
there
the
is
one?
it. Yes.
Oh, wow. And this is the book that I have, volume 1.
That's what you have, and on the other hand side, ukulele workbench solid exercises in English.
Ah, okay.
There it is.
Right.
And that's on the bottom. That's the PDF version. That's the one up is just shipped to Germany. It's the printed version.
Okay. So this is the PDF version, and at the top is what I have. Great.
Yes.
And then you have all these.
Two more like practicing scales access. It's a workbook if you want to start practicing scales, but it's just the reduced version because I'm not yet finished with a full version, which.
And this is in English.
This is in English. Yes, you can look into it if you want. Should be it.
And there you are, Iso Herquist.
Oh, it's translated.
Yeah, this is in
I didn't do
English.
that.
Yeah, honga. What does honga mean?
Well, it's if you eat a biscuit.
Yeah.
And try to say the French word en garde. It's like, I'm going to practice. It was kind of a running gag in our band that en garde, we are going to practice. And if someone has a cookie in his mouth and says, unga, then it's, that's it.
So this is your shop. Onga is yours.
Yep.
Oh, I'm so impressed. This is your studio.
Yeah, have you been here? You haven't been here. You have to come again next.
No. I haven't been to your studio. I've only gone to your girlfriend's. Yeah, we've only gone to. Yeah. Oh, this is cool. So everybody remember this. I'll put this in the chat so everybody will see it. All right.
Thank you.
And well, you're gonna tell us. Well, I'll just say what's gonna happen. We'll see you later with your ensemble.
Yay, it's the mixtape ukulele ensemble.
Wow. So just to conclude, I just want everybody to know that Iso is a very, very active musician who teaches, who composes, arranges, publishes. You've got a web shop, and you're performing and you're recording. Did I miss anything else?
I don't think so.
How many languages do you speak?
Well, English, little French, Danish, and German.
All right. That's great. Well, we'll see you shortly then.
Yeah, please. And if there are any questions, please let me know. Just write me, iso@herquist.de. I'll be lucky to answer all your questions if you have.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll put that in the chat.
Yeah, great.
Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Okay.
It's easier to come to Europe than to travel to the US at the moment. No, I think I've been invited to Boston, to Nashville, but found out that it will cost me at about $5,000 just to be allowed to go to Nashville and to play there.
What?
Yes.
Wait.
And,
You're talking about visas? This is a visa?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
It is. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's what it is.
Oh. All right.
What a pity. But come to Europe. You just pack yourself into a plane and come over. Give me a call.
All right.
I'd be so glad to see you and your friend again.
Yeah. All
with a
right.
little more time to jam and
I
chat.
think so. Yeah, we need to. So I'm going to stop the recording and
All right.
okay.
Have a good time.
All right. So that was our recording yesterday, and he said he's in the club and it's totally jam-packed punk rock, and he sent me some photos to share. I mean, it's a club, it's active concert and everything. So he regrets he can't make it. But any comments before I stop recording? Oh my gosh. This is amazing. I have to share this. I don't know if you could see. Um, that's where he is at right now. There he is. Um, right. Just that's where he is right now with his ensemble and everything. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Probably very, very noisy where he's at right now.
And
Yeah.
there's a mnemonic that Claude AI just gave me for the
Oh my
circle.
goodness, I never thought of asking AI to help us with the mnemonic.
And
So,
it says, okay, hold on. I just want to make sure I get the information about Sunday's thing, but the mnemonic on Claude AI is cats go down alleys eating birds. Or if you want to get the F in there, that F sharp, you could say cats go down alleys eating bird feathers. And then dogs always eat bones furiously.
dogs
Always
always
eat
eat
bones furiously.
furiously.
I don't love the second half, but the first half was cute.
Oh, so okay,
So
I
it's
just
going
typed it.
G D A E B F sharp, D flat, A flat, E flat, B flat, and F.
Gosh,
I don't know where, I just said, could you have a mnemonic for the circle of fifths on the ukulele? And that's what it gave me.
that's pretty cool. I don't know how many people can remember that. Cats go down alleys eating bird feathers, and then going up, continue, you'll be flat.
Dogs always eat
Yeah,
bones furiously.
that's really good.
I
And
mean,
what?
for GCEA, I just say good children eat apples. I don't know what other people do, but you make up your own.
Yeah, and like this here on the fifth fret, chicken, what's it called? Chicken feed all day. Chicken feed all day. And I don't know what the seventh fret is, but I'm sure we can think of something.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. So I'm going to stop recording and then we can relax. All right. And thank you all for joining. And I hope to see you in a month's time.